An old man stood outside a small grocery store with only a few coins in his shaking hand. A little girl looked at him, then looked away. He smiled anyway. She had no idea who he really was. Before we begin, if you enjoy motivational stories that inspire real change, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss a new story. Most people believe growing old means your best days are over, that your dreams expire with your youth. But what if the strongest person in the room is the one everyone ignores? And what happened after one simple act of kindness changed this old man's life forever? Every morning, before sunrise, the old man walked through quiet streets with a worn-out backpack. His clothes were clean but faded. His apartment was tiny. His pension barely covered the rent. Still, he never missed his morning routine. He greeted strangers with a smile. He fed birds in the park, and he always carried one extra sandwich. No one knew why. One rainy afternoon, that sandwich would change everything. Years earlier, he had owned a small repair shop. It wasn't a big business, but it paid the bills. Then new technology arrived, customers disappeared, bills piled up. He worked longer hours, sold his tools one by one, but nothing stopped the losses. One evening, he locked the shop for the very last time. Walking home, he wondered if anyone would even notice he had failed. His wife had always believed in him. She reminded him that money could disappear, but character could not. Then illness struck without warning. Hospital visits replaced family dinners, medical bills replaced savings. When she passed away, silence filled every corner of his home. Friends slowly stopped calling. Neighbors moved away. Young people rushed past him without making eye contact. Some saw an old man, others saw a burden. Nobody saw his story. One afternoon, he searched every pocket just to buy a loaf of bread. He counted his last few coins twice, then quietly placed the bread back on the shelf. A little boy watched from another aisle. Instead of feeling ashamed, the old man smiled at the boy. He simply nodded and walked outside. The boy never forgot that smile. Neither would fate. The next morning, the old man made one decision. He refused to spend another day feeling invisible. He couldn't change his age, but he could change someone's day. So he began sitting on the same park bench every afternoon. Not to beg, not to complain, just to listen. People slowly started stopping beside him. A stressed college student, a tired nurse, a single father, an anxious teenager. He didn't pretend to have every answer. He simply listened. Sometimes that was enough. One evening, the little boy from the grocery store returned, now older. He recognized the old man's gentle smile immediately. He thanked him for unknowingly teaching him kindness years before. The old man looked surprised. He had forgotten that moment. The young man never had. Word spread throughout the neighborhood. People began calling him Grandpa Ben, not because they were family, but because he made everyone feel like they belonged. Teenagers asked him for advice, parents thanked him, workers stopped by after long shifts just to talk. He still had very little money, but suddenly he was rich in something much greater, purpose. Local volunteers noticed his kindness. They invited him to community events. He repaired broken bicycles for children, helped organize food drives, planted flowers in empty spaces. Every small act inspired another. His days became busy again, not with business, with meaning. Life still wasn't easy. Winter was cold. His knees hurt. Some nights he still felt lonely, but loneliness no longer controlled him. Every sunrise gave him another chance to help someone. Every conversation reminded him that his value had never depended on money. It had always lived inside his heart. One afternoon, the same little girl from the grocery store found him sitting in the park. She handed him a drawing. It showed a strong old tree giving shade to everyone around it. At the bottom, she had written, "Thank you for helping everyone grow." The old man's eyes filled with tears. Not because he was sad, but because after all those years, someone finally saw him. Maybe you're watching this while feeling forgotten. Maybe life didn't go the way you planned. Maybe people have overlooked everything you've survived. But your story isn't finished. Your worth is never measured by your age, your job, or your bank account. It's measured by the lives you touch. Pain can make you bitter, or it can make you kinder. The choice is always yours. And never believe it's too late to become important. Sometimes your greatest purpose begins after your biggest loss. Remember this, a candle loses nothing by lighting another candle. If this story inspired you, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share this story with someone who needs it today.